Sir, you're on mute.
Sure. So these are the topics on which we'll be revising better. Photoelectric effect, de Broglie wavelength, logic gates, diode circuits, looping and biasing, time period energy of electron, अल्फा बीटा गामा डी के स्मॉल रिलेशंस, कंपाउंड माइक्रोस्कोप टेलीस्कोप के थोड़े से फॉर्मूले सबको रिवीजन करना है, वाईडीएससी इंटरफेरेंस पोलराइजेशन, लेंस एंड प्रिज्म, ऑर्गन पाइप, फैराडेज लॉ, सीरीज एलसीआर सर्किट, electromagnetic waves and basic properties, diaphragm paramagnetic properties, magnetic field due to straight line and circular wire के simple formulas and problem, force and a wire and charge, self inductance and mutual inductance and motional EMF के formulas, then parallel capacitors and their properties, bulb and power के थोड़ा बहुत revision, time period of simple pendulum and spring and physical pendulum, and ultimately very important orbital velocity, escape velocity and Kepler's laws के formulas revision करना है, errors कर लेना है, वर्नियर एंड स्क्रू गेज करना है, थर्मोडायनामिक्स प्रोसेस, आरएमएस स्पीड, इक्वेशन ऑफ कंटिन्यूटी एंड सरफेस टेंशन एंड कैपिलरिटी। इस पे से अपने को 15 क्वेश्चन से मिनिमम निकलते हैं बेटा। एज इट इज फॉर्मूले बेस्ड 827 28 फॉर्मूलेस आप एक बार दो दो तीन बार देखिए, चार चार पांच पांच भी प्रॉब्लम्स कर लेना तो आपको वेरी यूजफुल होगा इन द फाइनल कंडीशन। ठीक है ना। चलो लेट अस ट्राई टू गो विद द फर्स्ट टॉपिक दैट इज अबाउट योर फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट। फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट में फॉर्मूला क्या है बेटा? द मैक्सिमम काइनेटिक एनर्जी ऑफ योर, ये कितना हो जाएगा, मैक्सिमम काइनेटिक एनर्जी, मैक्सिमम काइनेटिक एनर्जी ऑफ योर फोटो इलेक्ट्रॉन कितना होगा? कितना होगा बेटा? एनर्जी माइनस ऑफ योर फील्ड। व्हाट इज ई? ई इज नथिंग बट फर्मी एनर्जी ऑफ योर फोटोन। एंड फाई क्या होता है बेटा? फाई इज योर वर्क फंक्शन। फाई इज योर वर्क फंक्शन का फॉर्मूला क्या होता है? एच सी डिवाइडेड बाई लैम्डा नॉट। लैम्डा नॉट इज योर थ्रेशोल्ड फ्रीक्वेंसी। जल्दबाजी करना नहीं है, आराम से करो, लेकिन मेक श्योर दैट यू ट्राई टू डू इट आउट। एनर्जी का फॉर्मूला क्या होता है बेटा? E इज इक्वल्स टू एच सी डिवाइडेड बाई लैम्डा। ओके, अगर एनर्जी इन इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट में है, एनर्जी इन इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट में है, देन इट इज 12400 डिवाइडेड बाई वेवलेंथ इन टर्म्स ऑफ योर एंगस्ट्रॉम्स। ये वाला फॉर्मूला अपने को याद रखना। ठीक है ना। तो ये वाला हो गया फर्स्ट अपना फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट के अंदर। द नेक्स्ट वन इज अबाउट योर डी ब्रोगली वेवलेंथ। सेकेंड फॉर्मूला जो है ना अपना, डी ब्रोगली वेवलेंथ। एटलीस्ट ये फॉर्मूले कर लोगे ना तो 80 मार्क्स तक तो आराम से आप आधे घंटे के अंदर रिवीजन कर सकते हो बेटा। ये पूरे 80 मार्क्स के ऊपर का स्कोरिंग टॉपिक्स है। डी ब्रोगली वेवलेंथ के फॉर्मूले क्या याद रखना है अपने को? लैम्डा इज इक्वल्स टू एच डिवाइडेड बाई एम इंटू वी, और that is equals to h divided by under root of your 2m into your kinetic energy। kinetic energy in terms of potential लिखना है तो h divided by under root of your 2m into your charge of the particle into your v। v is nothing but of your potential। ठीक है ना। for electron याद रख लीजिए, for electron de Broglie wavelength is lambda is equals to 1227 divided by root of your v angstroms। v क्या होता है बेटा? एक्सिलरेटेड पोटेंशियल। v इज योर एक्सिलरेटेड पोटेंशियल। ये तो याद होगा ही सभी। ठीक है ना। ठीक है बेटा, ये हो गया सेकेंड फॉर्मूला। मैं क्लियर? चलो नेक्स्ट वन। थर्ड फॉर्मूला है अपना एटॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर। एटॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर में कौन से फॉर्मूले याद रखना है बेटा? फर्स्ट वन, रेडियस ऑफ nth ऑर्बिट आर डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू n स्क्वायर डिवाइडेड बाई n। Velocity of nth orbit is directly proportional to atomic number, inversely proportional to your En, and total energy of this electron will be equal to how much? Beta. Total energy is equals to minus of your 13.6 Z square divided by n square. Unit is electron volt. So these are the formulas which you should keep in your mind. और इस पे दो तीन प्रॉब्लम्स आपको प्रैक्टिस करना है so that it will give you confidence. Okay. The next one is very important in this one. How do you calculate the wavelength of an hydrogen? Wavelength in your hydrogen spectrum. फॉर्मूला याद है बेटा? मेरे साथ बोला आप लोग अभी इन्वॉल्व हो ही तो ये बेटर रहेगा, बेसिकली याद रहता बेसिकली। लैम्डा इज इक्वल्स टू 1/r की वैल्यू मालूम है 912 एंगस्ट्रॉम में होगा यूनिट, डिवाइडेड बाई दिस इज 1/n फाइनल स्क्वायर माइनस 1/n इनिशियल स्क्वायर। ठीक है ना? सो मतलब यहाँ पर क्या है, व्हेन इलेक्ट्रॉन इज जंपिंग फ्रॉम वेयर बेटा? व्हेन इलेक्ट्रॉन इज जंपिंग फ्रॉम, when electron jump from initial to final. Clear? This is one more form. Clear? चलो उसके बाद अपने को जो फॉर्मूला दिमाग में रखना है फॉर डूइंग द प्रॉब्लम, रेडियस ऑफ योर न्यूक्लियस। इसलिए मैं फिर आपको प्रॉब्लम्स भी कराता हूँ, बस एक बार फॉर्मूले जल्दी जल्दी रिवाइज कर ले, उसके बाद विल ट्राई टू डू द प्रॉब्लम्स। इन द रेडियस ऑफ योर न्यूक्लियस वी हैव सम ऑफ द बेसिक फॉर्मूलास। फर्स्ट फॉर्मूला क्या है बेटा? रेडियस इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू योर a टू द पावर ऑफ 1/3। ये क्या होता है बेटा? मास नंबर। A is your mass number. Okay, चलो। और एक इसमें इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर्मूला है बाइंडिंग एनर्जी। Okay, or I can say that energy released in any reaction, energy released in any reaction. Okay, so how do you write the binding energy का फॉर्मूला? याद है? बाइंडिंग एनर्जी बोलो, एक क्यू वैल्यू बोलो, वन इन द सेम। बाइंडिंग एनर्जी or you can say q value, q value that will be equal to your mass of your reactants minus mass of your product multiplied by 931.5 MeV. Okay, so ultimately I can say that Q value of your reaction will be equal to your binding energy of your product minus binding energy of your reactant. So ये हो गया अपना Q value निकालने का तर्क। क्या मैं क्लियर बेटा? चलो नेक्स्ट वन इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट अबाउट योर वेव ऑप्टिक्स। वेव ऑप्टिक्स के अंदर जो फॉर्मूले अपने को याद रखना है, एक तो फ्रिंज विड्थ का याद रखना है वाईडीएससी के अंदर, और मैक्सिमम मिनिमा का फॉर्मूला। बताओ फ्रिंज विड्थ का फॉर्मूला क्या है? बीटा इज इक्वल्स टू लैम्डा इनटू कैपिटल डी डिवाइडेड बाय स्मॉल डी। ओके, lambda is known as wavelength, small d is right now for me what? Separation between slits, and capital D is nothing but what beta? It is your distance between your slit and screen. ठीक है? और डायफ्रैक्शन में क्या फॉर्मूला याद रखना, याद है? नहीं, मैं वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर्मूला ही लिख रहा हूँ बेटा, ऐसा नहीं कि पूरा चैप्टर लिख लेते बैठूं, वो आप लोग को ऑलरेडी मैं डिराइव कर चुका हूँ. इन द डायफ्रैक्शन वी नीड टू रिमेंबर हाउ टू कैलकुलेट द width of your central maxima. Width of your central maxima, that will be 2 times of your width, that is lambda into your capital D divided by your small. Okay, ये क्या होता है बेटा? स्लिट विड्थ. A is your here slit width. Capital D again same basically. So I can write that width of the central maxima will be equal to 2 lambda. W is equals to 2 lambda into capital D divided by small d. डायफ्रैक्शन में स्मॉल स्लिट विड्थ को ए से रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है बेटा. ठीक है ना? चलो, नेक्स्ट वन एंड वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, इसमें याद रखना है अपने को पोलराइजेशन. तो पूरा वेव ऑप्टिक्स 3-4 मिनट में हो गया अपना. पोलराइजेशन में अनपोलराइज जो लाइट होती है, अनपोलराइज्ड लाइट जो होती है, इसको हम लोग रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं आई नॉट. ओके. और पोलराइज्ड लाइट को हम लोग रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं आई से. ठीक है. जैसे मान के चलो दिस इज अनपोलराइज्ड लाइट, एरो मार्क भी होगा, डॉट भी होगा, इसकी इंटेंसिटी आई नॉट. जैसे ही ये के पोलराइजर से पास करेगी, इसकी जो इंटेंसिटी हो जाएगी यहाँ पर जब आएगा, इसकी इंटेंसिटी विल बिकम फॉर मी आई नॉट डिवाइडेड बाई 2. दिस इज योर आई. ओके. दिस इज योर पोलराइजर. अब ये जब एनालाइजर से पास करेगा, दिस इज योर एनालाइजर. ठीक है. एनालाइजर से पास करेगा और कुछ एंगल बना रहा है, इफ इट इज मेकिंग सम एंगल राइट नाउ विद दिस वन, विद वर्टिकल मेकिंग एंगल थीटा, तो इसका इंटेंसिटी निकालते हैं अपन. आई इज इक्वल्स टू आई वन इंटू योर कॉस पर थीटा पार्ट ऑफ रिलेशन, इजंट इट? आई नो आई वन की वैल्यू मैं आई नॉट बाई 2 लिखते हैं पर. चलो, सो इसको आई वन ही लिख देता हूँ पहले. सो इट विल बी इक्वल टू योर आई वन इंटू योर कॉस स्क्वायर थीटा. ये हो गया फॉर्मूला. आर आई इज इक्वल टू आई वन की वैल्यू क्या हो गया पोलराइजर से पास करने के बाद? आई नॉट डिवाइडेड बाई 2 इंटू योर कॉस स्क्वायर थीटा. दिस इज द फॉर्मूला, मैलस लॉ. ठीक है ना बेटा? हमें क्लियर? चलो, and इसमें one more important point you need to remember in your polarization, angle of incident at which reflected and refracted, very important, reflected and refracted ray becomes perpendicular, तो वहां पर polarizing angle is represented by, it is nothing but mu into your tan of your t, or I is equals to your tan inverse of your mu. So tan of your mu is equals to IP. Polarizing angle is equals to tan inverse of your. And remember that reflected light will be 100% polarized. Reflected light in polarization में क्या है? 100% polarized होगी. This is again theoretical question you need to remember. Okay. Refracted ray जो होगी, refracted light will be partially polarized. Partially polarized. याद रहेगा ना? Am I clear? चलो, उसके बाद लेंसेज के अंदर जो फॉर्मूले अपने को याद रखना है, क्या क्या फॉर्मूले से बताइए. एक तो है फोकल लेंथ ऑफ लेंस निकालने का फॉर्मूला, इट इज लेंस मेकर्स फॉर्मूला. लेंस मेकर्स फॉर्मूला मयूरी गुर्तुंदा. लेंस मेकर्स फॉर्मूला इज नथिंग बट व्हाट? फोकल लेंथ ऑफ योर लेंस. Focal length of your lens. How do you calculate the focal length of the lens? 1 by f is equals to mu minus 1 into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r. This is your focal length or lens maker's formula, very famous formula. Okay, and here I'm writing this one is mu r. So mu r is nothing but equal to relative refractive index of your lens divided by refractive index of your medium from which it is been using. That means surrounding. New relative. Am I clear? Sure. इसके अंदर we need to remember one more formula that is about your combination of lenses. Combination of your lenses. What is the formula, beta? 1 by f equivalent will be equal to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2 plus 1 by f3 plus so on up to your infinity. Okay. In terms of power, if I'm writing, beta, in terms of your power, what is the power? Reciprocal of the focal length is known as of your power. So P net will be equal to P1 plus P2 plus P3 plus so on. Isn't it? So I can write that power will be equal to 1 by focal length of the lens in your meter. इसकी यूनिट क्या होगी बताइए? What is the unit of the power, beta? Diopter represented by capital. Clear? Sure. The next very important formula is about your critical angle. This ray of light should 100% go from denser medium to rarer medium. Then only critical angle will be applicable. That is, sine of your C will be equal to refractive index of rarer medium divided by refractive index of denser medium. That is equals to velocity in your denser medium divided by velocity in your rarer medium. So that is nothing but small value I can say here. Small value divided by large value. ऐसे याद रख लीजिए. Yeah, I can say that छोटी वाली value divided by body value. That will give me the critical angle. Okay? Sure. The next one and very important is about your induced EMF in a coil. Induced EMF in a coil. So these are the formulas which I was feeling that we'll be having a lot regular questions. After analyzing 10 years of a papers, I found that there are regularly more number of questions on these subheadings or subtopics. So that is the reason I'm just recollecting them. It's not that I'm writing each and every formula of the whole chapter, but these are the formulas which you should remember like a second table. As fast as the moment you open for revision for the what you call that one physics, this all 50 formulas or 100 formulas must be in your hands. For induced EMF in a coil, Faraday's first law, E is equals to minus of your d phi divided by dt. Or I can say it is minus of your average delta phi divided by delta t. Or I can say it is your slope of your flux versus your time. We may get a graphical question also. E is equals to minus of d phi by dt, or it is your minus of your delta phi divided by your delta t. Clear? The next one is induced EMF in a coil in terms of your inductance. That is nothing but E is equals to minus of L into your di divided by dt, self-inductance. Or we can even write this one as E is equals to minus of your M into your di divided by dt. If your luck is good, you may directly get a formula-based type of questions on this topic. Okay, so what is your L? L is your self-inductance. And M is your mutual inductance. Okay, sure. 15th pound. Energy stored in an inductor, capacitor. Energy stored in inductor and capacitor. दो एक ही साथ लिख रहा हूँ so that it will be easy for your revision. चलो बताओ. What is the energy of your inductor formula बेटा? Energy of inductor is equals to half into L into your I square. Isn't it? Then in capacitor, energy of your capacitor is equals to half into C into V square. And that is also written as of your Q square divided by your 2C. Okay. इसी तरह से springs भी लिख लेते हैं बेटा. Energy stored in the spring कितनी होती है बताइए कोई? What is energy stored in the spring बेटा anyone? U is equals to जल्दी half into K into X square. And it is also written as of your F square divided by anyone? Okay. एग्जाम मेरे को लिखने का सरता है, दिख रहा है यहाँ पर हाथ। ठीक है, ट्रांसफार्मर का फॉर्मूला बोलिए एक बार, तन्मय।
NS by NP is equal to VS by
वेरी
V.
गुड। इन ए ट्रांसफार्मर, in a transformer, assuming there is no loss. In that case, what is the formula? EMF of the primary divided by EMF of the secondary is equals to current in secondary divided by current in primary, and that is equals to number of turns in the primary divided by number of turns in the secondary. That is also called as of your turn ratio. Am I clear? Sure. The next one is in a magnetic material. In a magnetic material, how do you write the intensity, beta? Magnetic susceptibility or intensity of magnetization, I will be equal to susceptibility of M into your H. Okay. And relative permittivity is equals to your 1 plus of your susceptibility. That is nothing but Xm. This is known as of your psi, which we call it as of what? Magnetic susceptibility. Okay. Just try to remember the formula. Magnetic intensity is equals to your susceptibility into your magnetization. Okay, and relative permittivity will be equal to your how much? Relation between them is what? Mu is equals to mu naught into mu r. Okay, am I clear? Mu naught is your absolute, mu r is your relative. Sure. Then magnetic field in a solenoid क्या है बेटा, फॉर्मूला याद है? And in a long wire, magnetic field due to long wire. You should also write this formulas better without saying twice. Still, you have ample of a time. Maybe in the final examination, even if you get 4-5 questions directly on formula this, it will be helpful. Especially this magnetic metal, which भूल जाते हैं basically. Intensity of magnetization is equals to magnetic susceptibility into your magnetization. Mu r is equal to 1 plus susceptibility. And relation between your mu and mu naught and mu r. Mu is the permeability of the medium. Mu naught is absolute permittivity. Mu r is your relative permittivity. Then magnetic field due to your long wire, B is equals to your, what is the formula, beta? Mu naught into I divided by 2 pi into inversely proportional to your R. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This formula is also applicable for solid cylinder, hollow cylinder, for outside points, isn't it? Same for solid or hollow cylinder outside. Again, inside surface, it is going to change. I'm not writing that all physically. So the 3 chapters or 3 formulas, it will be the same. For circular loop, beta, anyone? Magnetic field due to a circular loop at your center. Very famous formula. Should have been remembered. What is the formula? B is equals to, for the center, mu naught into I divided by 2 into R. Okay? Am I clear? For semicircular ring, beta? For semicircular ring,
Unite I by 4R.
B is equals to mu naught into I divided by 4R. Very good. Done. Solenoid के लिए क्या फॉर्मूला था याद है? Magnetic field due to your solenoid. Magnetic field due to your solenoid. P is equals to mu naught into N into I. Toroid के लिए भी same applicable होगा, but N की value change होगी. What is N here, beta? N is your number of per meter. Solenoid के लिए बात कर रहा हूँ. ओके ना? अगर टोरॉइड के लिए बात करते तो for toroid, again same formula. B is equals to mu naught into N into I. N is equals to number of
Turns.
per circumference. That means N value will be equal to N divided by 2 pi into R. Here N will be equal to number of turns divided by length L. Clear? Toroid
Yes.
ऐसा basically. along its circumference. Solenoid is something like this. That depends upon its length L. Clear? For both of them, the formulas are right now for me the same. Sure. Next one. Radius of circular path. The radius of your circular path of any charged particle in magnetic field. याद है फॉर्मूला बताइए जल्दी से, वेरी फेमस फॉर्मूला, n नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स आप लोगों ने इसमें प्रॉब्लम्स कर चुके हैं बेसिकली, जल्दी बताइए. R is equals to momentum m into v divided by b cube. When a charged particle has been projected perpendicular to the magnetic field, it will make a circle. The radius of the circular path is R is equals to mv divided by b cube. m into v is momentum. Momentum को हम लोग एनर्जी में भी लिख सकते हैं, अभी लिखे थे हम लोग 2m into your kinetic energy divided by magnetic field into your charged particle. R that is equals to your under root of your 2m into charge particle multiplied by potential divided by your B into Q. ठीक है ना? V is your potential better. Okay. And another important formula, V is also equal to E by B. When electric field and magnetic field are same, that is nothing but ratio of electric field divided by magnetic field is known as what for me? Velocity selector. अगर आपको प्रॉब्लम है इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज गिवन, मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इज गिवन, इज आस्किंग टू कैलकुलेट वेलोसिटी सिलेक्टर. सो व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय वेलोसिटी सिलेक्टर? इट इज द रेशियो ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड डिवाइडेड बाय योर मैग्नेटिक फील्ड. क्लियर? उसके बाद नेक्स्ट वन, फोर्स बिटवीन parallel two wires or parallel long wire seconds. याद होगा, if the two wires are carrying current in the same direction, it will be attractive or repulsive. Tell me that one. This is I1, this is I2. Distance between them is equals to your D. Okay, what is the formula between them? F is equals to your mu naught into I2 into L divided by 2 pi into your D. This will be the force, isn't it? So there's a force on the length of any wire beta. Now current in the same direction means it is attractive. Okay, if it is in opposite direction beta, the current is I1 here, and if the current is in opposite direction right now I2, that means it will be your repulsion. Try
Repulsion.
to clear? Sure. What is the magnetic moment formula beta? Magnetic moment of a loop. Very important formula. Magnetic moment is equals to M is equals to N into I into A, NIA. जैसा NTA बोलते हैं अपन, the same way NIA, NTA के जगह NIA लिख लीजिए. N is number of turns, A is your area, I is your current. N is equals to your total number of your turns, I is your current, and A is your area of loop. सर्किल होगा तो एरिया ऑफ सर्किल, स्क्वायर रहा तो एरिया ऑफ स्क्वायर, ट्राइंगल रहा तो एरिया ऑफ ट्राइंगल, वैसा ले लेना. ठीक है ना? एंड वन मोर इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर्मूला करंट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी के अंदर, फर्स्ट वन इज योर relation between current and drift velocity. Vna, I is equals to VENA. Drift velocity, charge of electron, N into your A. What is N beta? Can anyone tell me? N is right now for me number of your free electrons per unit volume. That is important thing which you need to remember. Okay. A is again area of cross section. E is your charge of electron. VD is your drift velocity. But drift velocity formula, one thing you should also remember, drift velocity is equals to charge of electric field divided by mass into your relaxation time. Inversely proportional to mass, directly proportional to electric field, directly proportional to your tau. Am I clear? Sure. Variation of resistance. with temperature. याद है फॉर्मूला कोई बोलिए? Anyone? Mayuri? Mafia? Resistance formula with respect to temperature. R at T is equals to R naught into 1 plus alpha into your temperature difference. Resistance at T degrees Celsius is equals to R naught. R naught is the resistance at 0 degrees Celsius. Alpha is your temperature coefficient. Delta T is your temperature difference. Okay. So capacitors. In capacitors, what are the formulas? We should be always on your tip. Whenever two capacitors have been given, two plates are being given, and between them there is air. Air is the medium, and both of them are separated by a distance d. And formula will be C is equals to epsilon naught into A divided by D. Very famous. I hope you already remember this one. If it is inserted by your dielectric better. Number A, number B. This is like this. This is A, this is B. Now the space between them is filled with your dielectric lengths. Okay, dielectric constant of this one is K1. This one is your K2. This distance is right now d by 2, and this distance is also d by 2. In that case, the capacitance will, if they are side by side, that will be series beta. So 1 by C series will be equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2. This is a formula you need to apply. And C will be equal to your epsilon naught into A divided by, in terms of D, if I'm writing, it is D divided by 2 times of K1 plus D divided by 2 times of your K2. Okay. If they are one above the other, one capacitor is above like this. There is one more capacitor below like this. Let's say this one is your K1 and this one is right now for me K2. Can anyone tell me? Distance is right now remaining for me same, no change in the distance. So it will be parallel. C in parallel will be equal to C1 plus of your C2. C capacity C1, C capacity C2. So effective capacitance will become how much better for me? C is equals to your right now for this one K1 into your epsilon naught into area will become for me half. It is your D plus it will be equal to K2 into epsilon naught. Area will be equal to 2 divided by D. This will be the capacitance if they are connected in your series combination. Clear, beta? Sure. Am I audible? Just my charging ho ja rahi beta.
Yes, sir.
27, then 28. Force between the capacitors, beta. Force between plates of capacitors. Formula. Anyone? Between two parallel plate capacitors separated by distance d. The force is given by the formula. Anyone? F is equals to Q square divided by 2 times of epsilon naught into A. Sigma is equals to charge divided by area. You can even write that one in terms of your sigma because charge will be equal to sigma into area. So F will be equal to your sigma square divided by A square में नीचे का A cancel हो जाएगा. It is A divided by 2 times of your epsilon. Clear? Clear, beta?
Yes, sir.
Tell me what is the torque acting on a dipole in electric field, beta? Very important formula. Torque on a dipole. Torque on a dipole in your external electric field. Electric field आ रहा तो E लगाइए, magnetic field आ रहा तो B लगाइए, isn't it? So now if I'm writing the torque, tau is equals to PE into your sine theta. Theta is the angle between the dipole moment and as well as of your electric field. Dipole moment का formula क्या है बेटा? P is equals to magnitude of the charge multiplied by distance between them. Agar if I'm talking in terms of magnet, the torque will be equal to how much better? Tau will be equal to your MB into your sine theta. Just comparison लिखा हूँ मैं basically in your magnetic field. Clear? And you know that kinetic energy is also written as beta charge into potential. Kinetic energy is equals to charge into your potential for doing just problems. So like gain in kinetic energy of charge particle when it has been accelerated. So what is the gain in kinetic energy for charge particle means you can use the formula kinetic energy is equals to charge multiplied by your potential. Am I clear? Sure. The next one is Acceleration due to gravity formula. Acceleration due to gravity. Whenever you're doing electrostatics, try to do simultaneously there and there itself gravitation chapter beta. Small g is equals to capital G capital M divided by r square. Okay. If mass is not given, mass can also run in terms of volume into density. Volume of the body 4 by 3 pi r cube into your rho. This relation also you can see. That means G is directly proportional to your rho and directly proportional to your radius of the planet. Okay. And variation of G with respect to height beta. G with respect to height is G into 1 minus of your 2h divided by r. G with respect to depth formula, that is your G into 1 minus of d divided by your r. Okay. Escape velocity formula beta. VE is equals to under root of your 2 capital G capital M divided by r. Or else we can even write this one as under root of 2g into capital R. Orbital velocity V0 is equals to under root of your g into m divided by r, or that is equals to under root of g into your r. So I can say that escape velocity is equals to root 2 times of your orbital velocity. So these are the some of the formulas which you should be keeping in your mind for doing the numericals related to the gravitation. Okay. So tell me what is the Kepler's third law? इसमें 4-5 फॉर्मुलेस आ गए बेटा 31 32 33 34 just not writing that all. Kepler's third law बताइए जल्दी. What is the Kepler's third law? Anyone?
T square is proportional to R.
Square is directly proportional to r cube. What is the value of r? R is mean value. R1 plus R2 divided by 2. Clear beta? Sure. Now tell me, what is centripetal force formula beta? Centripetal force is equals to V square divided by R. But it can also be written as V is equals to your R square omega square divided by R. So this will get cancelled. It is R into omega. Centripetal force is M into your, how much? M into your centripetal acceleration. So it is M R into your omega square. Clear? What is the torque formula beta? Torque is equals to force into perpendicular distance. Roughly in mechanics, we get some direct questions, you can do it all. Okay. The next one is about your instruments. That for vernier calipers. Then for screw gauge. You need to study it better. Just I'm revising the formula. For the vernier caliper, how do you calculate least count? Least count is equals to faster. One mean scale reading minus one.
Minus V, 1 VSD.
This chapter I did so detailedly for you. You can see the recording in the fast mode. Now, how do you calculate least count in the pitch? In the screw gauge will be equal to how much bit? Pitch divided by number of circular scale divisions. Am I clear?
Yes.
So these are all the formulas which you should keep in your mind to do the problem. अगर ये 30
How should we do when they are if they ask diameter?
is better.
How should we do in screw gauge if they ask diameter?
Diameter is nothing but reading. Na? Reading will be equal to main scale reading plus coinciding value multiplied by least count. I did so many times this one. Let's say I'll show you the formula here. Diameter is nothing but equal to reading only better. In 1 hour, almost all we revised a lot number of your formulas. See here. How do you calculate the reading? Main scale reading plus vernier scale reading multiplied with your least count. That is only the diameter. Okay. Reading itself is nothing but diameter. There is any question on this one? See, in screw gauge, reading will be equal to main scale reading plus circular scale reading multiplied by your least count.
Okay,
See
sir.
here I given you. Diameter is nothing but equal to what? See here. See here. Diameter is equals to reading only. Reading is equals to main scale reading plus circular scale reading multiplied by your least count. Got it, Peter?
Yes, sir.
If you want, you can see this question. You'll get an idea how to do the forms related to diameter. We got a screw gauge. A screw gauge gives the following reading when used to measure the diameter of a wire. Main scale reading is MSR, it is 0 mm. Circular scale reading is 52 divisions. Given that 1 mm on the main scale is corresponding to 100 divisions of circular scale. The diameter of the wire is how much? Pitch is given how much better for me? 1 mm. Number of circular scale reading is given 100. So least count formula is equals to how much for me? Least count is equals to pitch divided by number of circular scale reading. So how much we are getting least count? 1 mm divided by 100. That is 0.01 mm. Diameter is reading of main scale reading is how much? 0 mm. Circular reading how much we got? 52. Okay. Multiplied with your least count 0.001. Why I'm taking here 52 beta? Because in the problem is telling that circular scale reading is 52 divisions. That is the one which has been coinciding. So just do that, we'll get the answer for that. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Sure. Now we'll start problems better. Just go through some of the formulas related to this one. These are roughly the formulas which you should keep in the mind for doing the numericals. Okay, I'll send you this notes for you in the WhatsApp group. Just keep that one in the mind. And we need to do even the logic gates, diodes, time period, alpha, beta, decay, compound microscope, VDSC, organ pipes. I have not done. We'll write that formulas also. My hand is paining. So just in 1 hour, we almost all revised main important formulas. Just take a 5-10 minutes of a break better. Now it is 11:04. I'll be there by 11:15 again. Then we'll start doing the numericals. Okay. The meeting will be an on only. Will be not off. And you just come back by 11:15. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Elongation of a wire में फॉर्मूला बताइए बेटा जल्दी से इलास्टिसिटी में elongation of a wire anyone क्या दिए Young's modulus y is equals to longitudinal stress divided by longitudinal strain. So y is equals to stress मतलब कितना force divided by area. Strain matlab change in length divided by original length. Delta L is only elongation only, na beta. So delta L will be equal to how much? F into L divided by A into your Young's modulus. E is sometimes also represented by E. That is nothing but what? Elongation of your wire. Energy density of a wire beta. Energy density of a wire is equals to half into this one is stress into strain. Okay, this is small u. Small u is nothing but energy density. That means energy per unit volume. That is equals to your half into stress into strain. Okay, so energy of a wire का formula क्या हो गया? U is equals to half into stress into strain into volume. Volume is equals to area into its length. Done? Done. टर्मिनल वेलोसिटी का फॉर्मूला बताइए जल्दी से, याद है किसी को? 34 this one is 35. टर्मिनल वेलोसिटी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, डायरेक्टली फॉर्मूला बेस्ड क्वेश्चन बनते हैं इस पे. Terminal velocity formula, when a spherical ball is immersed in the water, terminal velocity is equals to 2 by 9 into sigma minus of rho into r square into g divided by neta. So terminal velocity is directly proportional to square of the radius of the spherical ball and inversely proportional to the coefficient of viscosity. What is sigma here? Sigma is your density of your solid, and rho is equals to your density of your fluid, whatever you're using, liquid. Small r is nothing but equal to your radius of sphere beta. And neta is your coefficient of viscosity. Okay, there. In capillary tube, also we are having one important formula, that is how to calculate the height of your capillary rise. Rise in your capillary. Here the formula. When a capillary tube is immersed in the water, height raised is given by the formula H is equals to 2t into cos theta divided by r rho into your G. Excess pressure in a soap bubble will be 4t divided by r for your soap. For water drop, delta P is equals to 2t divided by your r. T is your surface tension, r is your radius of the bubble. Okay, excess pressure. डेल्टा पी मतलब क्या होगा? प्रेशर इनसाइड माइनस प्रेशर आउटसाइड, डेल्टा पी का मतलब. क्लियर? दिस इज फॉर ड्रॉप. सरफेस टेंशन का फॉर्मूला बेटा, surface tension is equals to force per unit length. Our surface tension is also defined as of your surface energy. Surface energy is nothing but work done, that is nothing but equal to T into your surface area. Okay, that means work done will be equal to T into your delta A. This is also one of the important formula. Surface tension is equals to force per unit length. The next one and very important formula, in conduction, rate of your heat flow. फॉर्मूला बताइए जल्दी से. हीट ट्रांसफर के अंदर मैंने बोला था, रिसेंटली रिवीजन किया मैंने, रेट ऑफ हीट फ्लो dq डिवाइडेड बाय dt will be equal to minus of k into a into temperature difference divided by length L. Very important formula. Clear? Delta theta is temperature, A is your area of cross section, K is your thermal conductivity, and L is your length of your rod. Okay. Wings displacement long याद है समझ में? Maximum wavelength into temperature is equals to some constant B. B is your wings constant. Value of the wings constant is 2.89 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meter Kelvin. Okay. And one more important formula in this one, power radiated. Power radiated is given by the formula sigma EA T to the power of your B 4. Temperature of the body to the power of 4. Sigma is your Stephen's constant. E is your emissivity. Okay. T is your temperature of your body. Okay. There. Time period formula is better. In a section. Time period formula T is equals to 2 pi under root of your M divided by K when there is a spring, wasn't it? For a spring block, T is equals to 2 pi under root of your M divided by K. T is also equal to 2 pi under root of your L divided by G for a simple pendulum.
G, yes.
Isn't it? Then acceleration A is equals to minus of omega square into X. Relation between acceleration and displacement. Velocity formula very important. V is equals to omega under root of your a square minus of your x square. If there is a directly formula based questions, these are the formulas which you should keep in mind for doing the numericals. This is for your spring. Okay. This is for your pendulum. Okay. For standing waves. Waves के अंदर देख लीजिए. In waves, the important formula is right now for me frequency. F is equals to N into V divided by 2 into your L. Isn't it? If it is fixed at both the ends, like an open organ pipe, also the same formula below. Frequency is equals to your this one. Okay. So fixed from both ends. And for open organ pipe also the same formula. Clear? Sure. Resonance column tube method. How do you calculate the speed of sound? Speed of sound by resonance column. Formula याद है किसी को? V is equals to 2 into F into L2 minus of your L1. Isn't it? Okay. Now, how do you calculate the frequency of your closed organ pipe beta? For your closed organ pipe, frequency is equals to right now for V. What is the formula? 2n minus 1 into V divided by 4 into your L. So this will be the frequency. Okay. And fixed from one end of the wire. Or I can say that R fixed at one end. What one end? String. Like this. Closed organ pipe means right now it is closed from both the right now. Like this is a closed organ pipe. Okay. And for open organ pipe, it is open on both the sides. Then it is fixed on both the ends. The wire has been fixed between the both the ends. This will be the formulas which you need to remember. Okay. What is the V formula beta? Anyone? For strings, or you can say that right now, right here. Speed of your wave. V is equals to coefficient of T divided by coefficient of X. So speed of the wave is given by V is equals to coefficient of T divided by coefficient of your wave. Now see for strings, or you can say transverse wave. For transverse wave, speed is given by the formula V is equals to under root of T divided by mu, or it is under root of your T divided by rho multiplied by area of cross section. T is your tension, rho is the density of wire, and A is your area of your cross section. You see, for sound, or I can say for longitudinal waves. How do you calculate the speed of sound? Speed of sound is equals to under root of your gamma into RT divided by molecular weight. Gamma is your adiabatic expansion beta. It is your adiabatic expansion. I need to revise even thermodynamics better. So gamma is equals to Cp divided by Cv. monatomic, diatomic, triatomic, you need to remember beta. Capital M is your molar mass. Okay. And T is your temperature in your Kelvin. Okay. And molar mass will be in kgs. What is mu beta? Mu is linear mass density, mass per unit length. Okay. Heat and thermodynamics we'll try to revise in another session of a class beta. यहाँ तक इतने सारे फॉर्मूलेस तो आप लोग को by default आपको याद रखना है. Give this one as number 40. Another 10 formulas we'll try to do in your thermodynamics, kinetic theory of gases, and once again the revision of your what do you call that one, rotation, gravitation, or maybe an SHM formulas. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Everyone should do along with me beta. Don't wait for my working of solution. The moment I write the problem, you should take the data and try to see that what formula is been applicable for that form. Okay, sure. See the first question. A plano convex lens of radius of curvature capital R and refractive index mu1 and a plano concave lens of same radius of curvature and refractive index mu2 are put in contact so that the combination appears as a parallel slab. Okay, its focal power is we will try to complete today some of the important problems related to geometrical optics plus wave optics. Okay, plus modern physics plus semiconductors and devices. Okay, read the question carefully. First option is given for me, mu1 minus mu2 divided by r. Second option is mu2 plus mu1 divided by r. Third option is 0. And fourth option is infinity. First, read the question carefully. Don't be in a hurry. We got a plano convex lens. This is your plano convex lens. Focal length of this one is f1. Next one is right now radius of curvature. What is the formula? 1 by f is equals to mu minus 1 into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. For convex lens, r1 will be equal to positive and r2 will be equal to negative, sign convention. So 1 by FL for plano convex lens is equals to mu1 minus 1 into plane surface is infinity. The next one is 1 by R1 is nothing but minus of R1. R2 here. Okay. That means R1 is one is a plane surface, another one is right now for me. Like I'll take R otherwise. For both of them, same radius of curve. Okay. So 1 by focal length of your convex lens is equals to mu1 minus 1 into 1 by r. Then for concave lens, this is your concave, plano concave. Okay. Again, R1 is infinity, R2 is positive. R1 here it will be equal to negative beta and R2 here it will be equal to your positive. Okay, same formula. 1 by F is equals to mu minus 1 into 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. Now this is for the concave. So for the concave, I'm taking it as of your F2. It is equals to mu2 minus 1. Okay, this I'll take it as 1 by focal length 1 into 1 by R1 is right now for me how much? Plane surface, infinity. This one is minus 1 by R2 is nothing but R. So how much I'm getting, you see right now for this one? 1 by F2 is equals to mu2 minus 1 divided by minus of 1 by R. See the options, which option is matching?
Option 1.
Okay. 1. Very good. Why? How do we calculate the effective focal length? Effective focal length formula 1 by F is equals to 1 by F1 plus 1 by F2. So it is right now for me mu minus 1 into this is 1 by R. This is magnitude I'm taking. So it was plus mu2 minus of your 1. In terms of minus is there, no? Mu2 minus 1 into this will become for me minus 1 by R. Okay. So this value will be equal to LCM will be equal to R. It is mu1 minus 1. This one is minus mu2. Minus of minus, it will become for me plus 1. So minus 1 plus 1 will get cancelled. It will be equal to mu1 minus mu2 divided by R. So this is 1 by your F. Got it?
Yes.
Yeah. Next question. In YDSE, if separation of two narrow slits is doubled, then in order to maintain same spacing of fringes distance capital D of the screen from slit must be changed by. First option is 2D, next one is D by 2, next one is 4D, and fourth one is infinity. Shall I try to do it? Anyone? Read the question carefully, that is important here. In YDSC, if the separation of your two narrow slits is doubled, then in order to maintain the same spacing of the fringe distance, capital D of the screen from the slit must be changed by your how much? Use the fringe width formula. Beta is equals to lambda into capital D divided by small d. We are not changing lambda, na beta. We are not changing lambda, we are not changing beta. As
D by 2.
beta and lambda are same. So I can say that capital D divided by small d should also be remain for me same, should remain constant. That means it is D is directly proportional to small d. If small d is doubled, capital D should also be doubled, na beta? Isn't it? So can I say that the distance of screen from slits must be doubled in order to make it same. So what is an answer I can write? 2D. Then beta. Sure. Based on
Yes.
same problem, giving on problem and try to do it all. Sure. In YDSE, source emits light of wavelength 7000 angstrom. Okay. If distance between the slits is 1 mm and distance between slits and screen is 1 meter, then the distance between third black and fifth bright fringe is, okay. First option is 1.75 mm, 1.85 mm, 0.875 mm, and 1.75 centimeters. Chalo, try to do it better. For the 10th question, a source of 6.6 kilowatt produces 10 power 20 photons per second is RC. Then what is the source? Source means source will be having the frequency. So we need to calculate the frequency. What is the formula I'll be using? Power is equal to N into E. E is equal to H into F. So frequency is equal to power divided by N into H. Power is given in the problem for me. What is the power given? 6.6 kilowatt. Isn't it? So 6.6 into 10 power 3. The number of photons are given as 10 power 20. Planck's constant 6.6 into 10 power minus 34. Simplify, you'll get 10 power 17 hertz. 10 power 17 hertz is rising in the region of X-rays. And you know that X-rays has been produced by what? Polygytio. The next one, 11th one, very important question, beta. An hydrogen atom is emitting a photon as its electron is jumping from 5 to 1 state. Recoiling speed of hydrogen atom will be equal to how much? For that one, what you use is de Broglie wavelength formula. Lambda is equal to h by m and p is equal to m into v. So if I bring the velocity out, v is equal to h by m into 1 by lambda. Now, how do you calculate 1 by lambda? I told you just now, 1 by lambda is equal to r into 1 by n final square minus 1 by n initial square. Finally, it is coming to first state, initially 5. So it is 1 by 1 minus 1 by 5 square. So 1 by lambda is 1.1 10 power 7 into 1 minus 25. That values is substitute here because you know the Planck's constant value, you know the mass of electron, and just take the care of your substitution, you'll get the answer for this. 12th one. In the middle of the depletion layer, reverse bias PN junction, electric field will be maximum. In the reverse bias, potential will be your minimum beta. Clear? 13th one. Anyone? In the figure shown below, box of two inputs A and B consists of arrangement of the logic gates. The input waveform of A and B and the output waveform Y is being shown. The Boolean output will be equal to how much? Anyone? Input is right now for me 0, 0, and this value will be equal to your 1. Output. This is output Y. This is 0. This is 0. Output is 1. The next one is this is 0. This is 1. 0, 1 will be equal to how much better? This is also 1. The next one is 1 And this one is right now for me 0. So obviously it will be your 0, or given already in the diagram. Next one is your 1, and this one is 1, but output is 0. So now output is 1 1 0 0. It is 1 1 0 0 means y is the complement of what, beta? Let's say if I take A, this is B, this is Y. Now take the first one, 0 0, and output is 1. Next one is 0 1, then output is 1. The next one is 1 0, then output is 0. Then 1 1, output is equals to 0. Now see, A is just opposite of your Y. So we can write here Y is equals to your A bar. If Y is equals to your A bar, first option will be the answer. Then what is the other question I told you to do? Yeah. Eighth question, can you try it better? Anyone? A 27 milliwatt laser beam has the area of cross section 20 mm square. Area is given. Maximum electric field in the laser is equals to how much? Milliwatt is right now for me what? Power. Has an area of cross section. Area is been given. What is intensity formula beta? Intensity is equals to half into C into epsilon naught into your E square. I told you this formula. Is asking the maximum electric field. Intensity can be written as power divided by area. Power divided by area is equals to half into C into epsilon naught into E square. He's asking the electric field. So E square will be equal to 2P divided by A into C into epsilon naught. That means electric field will be equal to under root of your 2P divided by, it is AC into epsilon. Epsilon naught value is also. What is the value of epsilon naught beta? Epsilon naught value is given in the problem 9 into 10 power minus 12. C value is also given for me. Area of cross section is given for me 20 milli square. That means this will be equal to your 20 into 10 power minus 6. Okay, the intensity is milliwatt. So it will be at 27 into 10 to the power of minus 3. Just substitute that value, so we'll get the answer for this. I'm leaving the calculation for you. Just take care of that. Seventh one, about anyone? When the PN junction diode is forward biased, then both the depletion region and barrier heights are reduced. The depletion region is widened and barrier height is reduced. The depletion region is reduced and barrier height is increased. Both the depletion region and barrier heights are being increased. Very good question, beta. In forward bias, the applied voltage is opposite to the junction barrier. Now, due to this, the potential barrier, what happens? It decreases. So obviously, potential barrier depletion layer should be decreasing. So potential layer is decreasing. In which option it is there? But depletion is widened. If second option is not possible. Reduced. This might be possible. Both depletion region are increased. It is not increased. It is also not possible. I need to check answer in terms of A and B. Both the depletion region and barrier are reduced. Obviously, barrier height is also reduced. Then only the electron will be jumping from one point to another point. So A will be the best option for that. Any other question I told you? Next one. 33 का आंसर देखिए बेटा कोई. If the source of the light used in the YDSC is changed from red to violet, very good question beta. Fringes come closer, central fringe will be dark, fringes becomes bright, and maximum intensity will be the condition. Anyone? Just now I told you the formula beta. Yn for the bright fringe will be equal to n into lambda into capital D divided by small d. That means Ynth bright is directly proportional to wavelength. And you know that wavelength of the violet will be lesser than the wavelength of the red color. So I can say that Y of your nth bright of your violet will be lesser than of your nth bright of your red. So then obviously what is happening to fringes beta? They'll come closer to the central line. So they come closer to each other. This will be the option. Clear? See, 1 year ray optics questions there still. Question number 41. Anyone? A concave mirror of focal length 48 centimeter produces a real image which is 12 times the size of the object. The distance of the image from the mirror will be equal to how much? The concave mirror of focal length 48 centimeter produces a real image which is 12 times the size of your object. That means magnification of the mirror formula is what? But m is equals to minus of v by u. That is given how much for me? 12. Negative sign because concave mirror. Real image is always inverted better. So that is the reason we are getting v is equals to how much for me? 12 times of your object distance. Use the mirror formula. What is the mirror formula? 1 by v plus 1 by u is equals to 1 by f. So it is 1 by f is equals to image is right now 12 times of u plus this one is also u. So it is 1 by f is equals to this will be equal to LCM is 12u, 12u plus u. This will be equal to 13, isn't it? So u will be equal to 13 times of your f divided by 12. This is the object distance. It's asking the distance of the image. So distance of the image means focal length is given for me in the problem. Given f is equals to 48 centimeters because it is your real image. Clear? Negative sign because the concave mirror and the real image is always inverted. So magnification is right now for me what better? Positive. So object distance is how much for me? U is equals to 13 into 48 divided by 12. See how much I'm getting? 13 6 are 52. So this will be 52 centimeters. Once I get the object distance, I can get the image distance. V is equals to 12 times of u. So V is equals to 12 into u. U is equals to 52. 12 times of 52. 2 2s are 4. Then 2 1s are 2. 5 2s are 10. 2 5 2s are 10 plus 1 662. So this will be 462 centimeters. That will be the answer. 462 centimeters or it will be 4.24 meters. So first option will be the answer. Very good question. Then 42 is in 42 try Janan. A metal surface is illuminated with photon of energy 4.4 electron volt and 2.5 electron volt respectively. The ratio of maximum speed of photoelectrons is 2. The work point. See directly formula based question. Every time you are getting a photoelectric effect, formula based question. Right now the kinetic energy formula beta. Kinetic energy for the photoelectric effect will be equal to your energy HF minus of your work function. So for two cases he has given. Now right here kinetic energy half into m into v1 square is equals to energy is given 4 electron minus work function. The next one is your half into m into your v2 square that is equals to energy is given as 2.5. Metal is same so work function will be the same. Isn't it? So from 1 to what I can do if I divide both of them, this is equation 1, this is equation 2. So from 1 to if I divide it, we'll be getting v1 square divided by your v2 square is equals to this is 4 minus of work function divided by 2.5 minus of your work function. Isn't it? So v1 by v2 is given how much beta? The ratio of the maximum velocities, this ratio is given as for me 4 because 2 is given in the problem. No? 2 square is nothing but 4. This is 4 minus, this is 4 minus 4 minus work function divided by 2.5 minus of work function. Isn't it? So it is given in the problem. V1 divided by V2 is equals to 2. The square kabatti 4 అయిపోతుంది. Now calculate the work function of this element. So it is 4 into 2.5 minus of work function is equals to 4 minus of your work function. Okay, let's see how much I'm getting with that one. How much? Simple calculation. 25 4s are 100, 2.5 na? So it will be equal to 10
Option D.
times of work function is equals to 4 minus 5 naught. How much?
2 electron volts.
Phi naught will be equal to 2 electron volts. Sit. Sure. 43, can you try it, madam? When the jaws of a standard vernier are together, the sixth vernier scale division coincides with the sixth main scale division. Then what is the zero error? How do we calculate the zero error, beta? Main scale reading minus of your vernier scale reading. Isn't it? Anyone? 43. When the jaws of the standard vernier scale are together, sixth vernier scale division coincides with the sixth main scale division. That means I can write here sixth main scale division is coinciding with your sixth vernier scale division. So zero error will be equal to 6 main scale reading minus 6 vernier scale reading. That is 6 common. That is your MSD minus of VSD. So if it is being coinciding, one VMSD minus VSD is being coinciding. That means when two jaws have been connected, that will be the least count. So least count will be 0.1. So it is 6 into 0.1. So that will be equal to 0.6 mm. MSD minus VSD is nothing but least count only, na beta? Right? Clear? Sure. Roughly I've done because for writing it is taking time better. And I'll stop the session here right now. We'll try to continue again the problem session on this topic in the afternoon. I'll let you know the time in the WhatsApp. Okay, before 1 hour. Mostly today only in afternoon hours, we'll make one more 1.5 hour session or 2 hour session for problems on ray optics, wave optics, and modern physics. Okay? Sure.
Then to the last session, sir.
Yes, madam?
Tomorrow onwards, there will be no session, sir.
No. Tomorrow will also be their session. Tomorrow is what? First, no? First there will be a class and second will also be the class. Third
Okay, sir.
the class. Like this only, but it will be longer section only for problems. Like today I had discussed, no? The same way, just revise in the formula, we'll try to do some problems. From today onwards, till your May 3rd, we'll be having regular exam. And on 4th, when you write a final examination, you please try to send your question papers immediately after coming out from your home. WhatsApp immediately, at least for physics part, you try to send me neatly taking the PDF so that I can start the discussion of the paper exactly at 5 o'clock. At the moment you come out by 5:30 or 6 o'clock, I'll be online for doing the numericals of the paper. Okay. From today,
Yes, sir.
class better. Today afternoon also there will be a class, mostly 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, that I'll let you know in the WhatsApp group. Okay.
Yes, I inform before.
I'll inform before today. And tomorrow also there will be a class. Day after tomorrow will also be their class. Till 3rd, there will be regular classes. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Fine.